Look inside any modern enterprise data center, and you will find racks of servers completely reliant on the hardware linking them together. Early networks relied on basic repeater hubs, dumb devices that copied every incoming electrical signal and blasted it blindly out of every other port. Modern enterprise switches operate on an entirely different level of precision. They are highly specialized computational engines. Underneath the metal chassis sits a complex array of application-specific silicon, designed to process multiple layers of the network stack concurrently, at wire speed. Every millisecond, these devices navigate the data link layer using MAC addresses, route at the network layer using IP addresses, and negotiate high-wattage electrical delivery at the physical layer. To truly understand enterprise architecture, we have to deconstruct how a single appliance manages isolated collisions, mathematically resolves logical routing loops, bridges subnets, and delivers physical power. Moving into high-level network design requires managing this convergence of logic and physical power, where a single hardware configuration dictates the stability of the entire infrastructure. In a shared access medium, when two devices transmit data simultaneously, their electrical signals collide and shatter into noise, degrading the total throughput of the network. Switches solve this through micro-segmentation. Instead of a single shared wire, every individual physical port on the switch becomes its own isolated collision domain. This isolation requires the switch to know exactly which device is plugged into which port. It achieves this using a Content Addressable Memory table, or CAM table, mapping hardware MAC addresses to specific physical interfaces. As an Ethernet frame enters a port, the switch reads the source MAC address in the frame's header and records it. Over time, it builds a complete map of every connected device. In high-performance environments, the switch executes cut-through switching. The forwarding decision is made the exact millisecond the destination header is read, before the rest of the frame has even arrived. Because the switch creates a dedicated point-to-point connection for that specific frame, both devices can transmit and receive data simultaneously in full-duplex mode without any risk of a collision. By reading hardware addresses and dynamically buffering traffic, the CAM table turns Ethernet from a noisy, shared broadcast medium into a highly efficient deterministic transit system. Enterprise environments require physical redundancy. You must run multiple cables between switches to ensure that if one link fails, the network stays online. But at layer 2, a redundant physical link creates a structural paradox. Because switches forward broadcast traffic out of every port, connecting switches in a loop causes that traffic to circulate endlessly, amplifying with every pass. This is an infinite cascading broadcast loop. This creates a broadcast storm. The multiplying frames instantly consume all available bandwidth and hardware processing power, bringing the entire network to a standstill. The solution to this paradox is the spanning tree protocol, defined by IEEE 802.1d. To map the network safely, switches exchange configuration frames called Bridge Protocol Data Units, or BPDUs, broadcasting their exact topology parameters to one another. This protocol requires every switch to have a unique identifier. The bridge ID is an 8-byte value constructed Q components, a 2-byte priority value configured by the administrator, and the switch's unique 6-byte MAC address. Using these IDs, the switches hold an election. The device with the lowest numerical bridge ID is selected as the root bridge, becoming the logical center of the entire network topology. By electing a single root bridge, this decentralized cluster of hardware creates the singular point of reference required to calculate a definitive loop-free path. Once the root bridge is elected, every other switch in the network calculates its shortest path back to that route based on link speed. The port with the lowest path cost becomes the root port. For every local LAN segment, one switch is chosen to forward traffic toward the route. The port handling this traffic is assigned the designated port role. This diagram illustrates these roles across a multi-switch stack. Stackwise plus connections allow switches 1, 2, and 3 to operate as a single stack root device. To sever the loop, redundant paths are shut down. The interface labeled BP operates as a blocked port. If a primary link fails, that blocked port cannot immediately start forwarding data. Doing so before the rest of the network updates its routing tables would instantly trigger a temporary loop. Instead, the interface must pass through mandatory transitory states. It moves from blocking to listening for incoming BPDUs, then to learning MAC addresses before transitioning to the forwarding state. Spanning tree protocol enforces a rigid state machine. It deliberately sacrifices immediate connection speed to guarantee absolute logical stability across the physical topology. Even with STP preventing loops, a flat Layer 2 network has a strict scalability ceiling. As you add more devices, the sheer volume of background broadcast traffic ultimately starves the hosts of usable bandwidth. To control this, engineers deploy virtual LANs, or VLANs. This artificially slices a single physical switch into multiple isolated broadcast domains. As shown in this topology, Layer 2 switches enforce a hard barrier between domains. Here, VLAN 10 faculty and VLAN 20 staff are segregated. A frame cannot jump from faculty to staff based solely on MAC addressing. It requires network layer IP logic. This is resolved by introducing a multilayer, or Layer 3 switch, placed directly above the Layer 2 hardware. Acting as the default gateway, it strips the original Ethernet frame, reads the destination IP address, and rewrites a new MAC header to deliver the packet. Traditional edge routers can perform this task, but they process packets using general-purpose CPUs, which creates a massive performance bottleneck. Multilayer switches bypass this limitation using ASICs, application-specific integrated circuits. These chips have the IP routing tables hard-coded directly into the silicon itself. By integrating routing ASICs natively, the enterprise switch eliminates the router bottleneck, allowing complex inter-subnet communication to occur at wire speed. The final dimension of enterprise switching exists entirely at the physical layer, power sourcing equipment capability natively integrated into the chassis. Pushing raw electrical current down standard Ethernet cables into unknown devices carries an extreme risk of hardware destruction. To prevent fires or blown circuits, the switch initiates a low-voltage detection handshake. It looks for a specific resistance signature to identify a valid powered device before any active voltage is applied. This chart illustrates the progression of IEEE Power over Ethernet standards. The original 802.3 AF specification delivered 15 watts, which was later doubled to 30 watts under the 802.3 AT standard. The modern 802.3 BT standard represents a massive leap in capability. By leveraging all 4 twisted copper pairs inside the cable simultaneously, the switch can safely negotiate and deliver up to 90 watts of power. This allows network engineers to deploy heavy-duty infrastructure, like motorized pan-tilt-zoom cameras or 5G small cells, anywhere in a facility, completely eliminating the need for proximity to an AC wall outlet. With high-wattage PoE delivery, the switch functions as a centralized power plant for every IoT sensor and security device on the network edge. Data link isolation, logical stability via spanning tree protocol, ASIC-driven network routing, and physical power delivery. These 4 separate protocols operate invisibly and concurrently on every single frame passing through a modern switch port. The physical act of plugging in a standard copper cable belies the immense computational complexity executing beneath the surface in mere milliseconds. Managing an enterprise fabric means tuning thousands of ports to act as a single, coordinated computational system. The reliability of an enterprise architecture depends on the mathematical and hardware precision occurring inside the switch itself.